Hello and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the world, and welcome to today's Postgrad Insight session, which will see a firm focus on engineering in Europe. A special thank you to today's sponsors, IMT Nord Europe, who have taken the time today, 4 or 5 of them, to have a conversation with us all to explain the benefits of studying in Europe. Just before I go any further, just a reminder, this is a live session. It's also being streamed live on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So if you do have any questions and you're not on the Zoom platform, please do on Facebook use the chat facility, and on LinkedIn use the messaging facility. We will endeavour to get through to your questions as best as possible. But if we do miss out, and unfortunately we do run out of time, we will make sure we answer your questions after the session, whether that's myself or that's the friendly partners at IMT. So just a little bit of information today about what we're going to go through and what today's session will cover. Top 10 reasons to study engineering, in particular in Europe. IMT Nord Europe's headquarters are based in North France, so they will be explaining a little bit more about that. Postgrad.com will go through information about what our website has and why it's so beneficial, that in case you don't know already. A presentation from today's sponsors, as we've just mentioned, a chance to win a £500 bursary. Anyone can apply. It doesn't conflict with any scholarships or funding that you may have already applied for, and simply what is coming next. So why study engineering in Europe, and why is it so important? Now, some of the top ranked engineering departments are based in Europe. It's great price, great affordability compared to other engineering schools and other university and establishments around the globe. There's great funding opportunities. I know many of you have already questioned what opportunities there are on funding and scholarships. So be sure to watch the presentation from IMT, because there is specific information based around that there. Great travel options, brilliant for networking, fantastic job opportunities, and so much more. Now, I'm not the expert, IMT Nord are, so at this stage, I'd like to hand over to Virginie. She is a representative of IMT Nord Europe. She will be taking you through a presentation. She'll be sharing her screen, and there will be a few of us on with her as well, making guest appearances. But for now, if you have any questions throughout the session, please include at the Q&A at the top of your screen, or if you're on social media, in the chat facility. Virginie, over to you. Thank you.
So first of all, where are we? We are located in Western Europe, just close to the Belgian border. The biggest town in the area is Lille, which is the capital of the Hauts-de-France region, which is the north of France region. Lille Metropolis has been awarded as the European capital in 2014 and the World Design Capital in 2020. So you might have heard about it. We are 30 minutes by train from Brussels, not even 1 hour from Paris, and London is really close with the Eurostar too. By car, you can go and visit Amsterdam, all the Netherlands, and also the Luxembourg and the west of Germany, with all the Düsseldorf region, which is quite close to. So now about our school. At IMT Nord Europe, we welcome over 2,100 students, and each year we graduate over 600 students who will then enter the labor market, which represent today over 15,000 alumni, so graduate students working all around the world. At IMT Nord Europe, we have accreditation to award PhD degrees from 3 doctoral schools, and that represent today 150 doctoral students and postdoctoral researchers. Interesting figure for you, after the graduation, 93% of the students who graduate will sign a permanent contract within 2 months. So this is a permanent contract, is a long-term contract, I would say, and this is a really good statistic for whoever joined the school. Here on the bottom, you can see some of our partners companies, which is, like you can see, a lot of leaders on the market in their industries. At IMT Nord Europe, we have over 100 teachers and researchers who train our 2,000 students. They work in all the campuses we have. We have like 5 campuses, and they have over 20,000 square meters of research centers. We also have an incubator. Whoever would like to maybe tomorrow open their own business, you will get there some support and guide to help you in this process of creating your own company. We also have a Fab Lab if you would like to create an object to make the idea take shape. And also we have a media center. We are a school that is a member of the Institut Mines Telecom group, which is the largest group in France of school management school and school of engineering. There are 8 schools in the group. And we also have a strategic partnership with the University of Lille, which is the 2nd largest university in France. So now about the English taught masters we have at the school. There are unique immersive programs. These 2 years master's degrees are co-accredited with the University of Lille. They have the European label of master's degrees. So there are 3 main specificities. The first one is that you will really immerse yourself in the French culture, in the local economy. You will, through the French lessons, you will learn about our way of living, how maybe you will be able to work tomorrow in France. So some tips and advices on how to apply to a job here in France. So everything about culture and how to adapt to the French culture. And you will also have some visits scheduled with during these classes. Then you will have the opportunity to have an introduction to research. This is interesting if maybe you are hesitating on continuing on a PhD, for example, if you would like maybe to apply to a PhD after your master's degree. And the last big specificity is that one semester, the 2nd semester, as you can see on the cutting of the program just below, will take place in IMT Business School in Paris, just close to Paris. There you will study management, communication, finance. You will have also a business game, courses about innovation, ethics, supply chain, business. And there, the idea is that you will develop your manager profile, your communication skills that will be useful whatever path you choose for after. So, of course, the last semester will be the master thesis. So now we are going to present the 3 programs in depth with Mylène Lagardère first, then Mouhamadou Amar, and after Jack Bonnard, and I will take back the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginie. Hi, everyone. So my name is Mylène Lagardère. I'm going to be the head teacher of the Eco-Design and Advanced Composite Structures at IMT. And I'm myself a teacher and professor here regarding composite materials and composite processes. So I'm very happy to present you this program that is directly linked to our main fields of research and interest regarding those composite materials. What we develop in our research is, for example, everything that is linked with the environment and the sustainability of materials, looking at bio-based composites with natural fibers and bio-based resins. And this is also linked to our will to contribute to the development and the recyclability of those materials, and to propose recycling solutions for fibers, composites, regarding the different materials that are going to be used in this kind of materials. So our daily work, what we're going to be base our expertise on is on the control of the process, optimization of the materials and the processes to obtain a very good part quality and reach the best of the materials, the high performances we can reach with those materials while ensuring their quality. So in order to do so, we benefit from a unique platform that a lot of institutes in Europe and various it's a POP platform. That means a platform of optimization of composite materials. So this unique platform is composed of machines and tools to manufacture composites regarding different processes. Almost all the processes are available in our institute like this. So with this, in this workshop, we're going to optimize the process, optimize the materials, and even propose new technology with hybriding technologies such as 3D printing and injection techniques, for example. In order to do so, we also need some modeling and simulation tools that we develop ourselves, or we use commercial tools to be able to reach this goal of optimization and innovation in processes and materials. To do so, we also have this calculation cluster, and to work on the materials and the final parts and check the characteristic and performances. We have any devices that Institute requires in terms of characterization of mechanical, physical, and chemical properties. So with this introduction, actually, this is what we want to share with the students in any kind of master program we propose, and specifically the eco-design program, to benefit from this research and our expertise, and to make the student think about solutions to modern challenges, such as recyclability, sustainability, so eco-design of the materials. And composites are very good materials to contribute to those challenges because they are very lightweight, they have very high performances, so they can reduce the impact on the environment if we can ensure the recyclability and the long lifetime of those materials. So we're preparing the industry for their ecological transition. And this is the part that you can take off in this goal. So composite also can provide very good performances and developing complex parts. So to reduce assembly processes, for example, to incorporate different functions, different inserts, and so develop designing techniques that are far beyond limits, that the only limit is your imagination with those materials. So this is the goal of eco-design in composite material structures. And the goal for you will be with this master to develop some knowledge and skills around first the knowledge about composite components, the different matrices and reinforcement we can use, the different structures and specificities you can reach with those materials regarding their structure, but also about the manufacturing technology that will have a great influence on the final part. And you cannot study the material without studying the manufacturing. So the goal for you will be to choose correctly the right process for this kind of materials regarding the book of requirements. So that's also for developing the materials and the parts in the composite industry, for you to be able to develop this book of requirements and to take into consideration all the life aspects of the parts, everything that is techniques, economic, and the environmental aspects of those materials, the reduction of CO2 during use, and the facility of recyclability involved. What we want you to develop is also personal skills in leading and coordinating a project regarding innovation with those materials. You will develop the skills very required for these materials that are not handled as metals, for example. So you will be able to lead this project and to take into consideration all the aspects required for those materials. Also, you will be able to coordinate and manage a team with researchers, designers, even with the production, to take into account the whole value chain of those materials, of the parts, and be able to communicate with all the actors of the complete value chain of composite materials. If we look into course details, I just name here the name of the classes, but if you have specific questions about those, I'll be happy to answer them. So there was a big aspect about materials and manufacturing processes regarding what are the composites, what are the markets, what we can develop as smart and advanced composites, and the specific processes regarding those materials. And to benefit from the PopCom platform, you're going to have lab sessions very dedicated to the manufacturing of those materials. Regarding the designing of those materials, you have classes regarding eco-design and computer-aided design for designing with composite to take into account their specificities, modeling of the material and of the process, and to develop innovation and design projects. We have, for example, right now students involved in the masters, and one of them is developing an innovative idea that he wants to develop a company out of this innovation, and it's very it's a very good opportunity for us to be part of his challenge and to accompany him in his developments. You will also benefit from company visits because we have a large different partners in the north of France area, especially regarding the railway industry and the automotive industry, and to visit those companies to know a little bit how they are developed in reality. So to conclude on this, what will you be able to work? Which kind of work can you pretend after this master? Well, we can introduce you in any kind of industry where composites are involved, which means all of the industry, specifically everything linked with transport, like automotive, railway, aerospace industries, but also sports and leisure industries and equipments such as what we find in civil engineering, in the industry, in sometimes in your everyday life. You can work in technical aspect, but also in services, in academic work, etc., etc. To be, for example, a design manager, a director of a design team, a development project manager, to go on with academics, or why not starting your own company yourself. So I think I'm done with the presentation of this master. I hope I was concise enough and that I gave you all the information you required, but I will be happy to answer your question later on. Thank you. Virginie, you get the hand back. Or maybe I'll move on to Muhammadou for the next master program description.
Thank you, Milan. Hello, everybody. My name is Muhammadou Amar. I'm an engineer, the PhD, and the head teacher of the Advanced Design and Management of Durable Construction program. First of all, let me thank the organizer of this meeting. I will start saying a few words about our working environment. We are working right now on different research fields, including material study, or material formulation and characterization. We also have a lot of research subjects on waste management and treatment and reuse of those materials. And also we work on durability of civil engineering structures and buildings. Our research goals are mainly to find innovative solutions for civil engineering sector. We are also developing a lot of solutions in terms of treatment methods for building materials, for example, and we take into account the circular economy approach related to environmental issues, for example. Our daily work is about teaching and interacting directly with the engineering students. We also drive a lot of projects in partnership with different industrials on new materials, innovative materials, for instance. Here comes my points on the professional objectives of this program. Why we need such kind of program. As you know it, we have a lot of issues on environment, related to durability. What we are willing to do in this program is to develop efficient methods and techniques in order to lower the carbon footprint of construction sector. As you know it, construction sector is one of the most impacting negatively, I mean, the environment, and we need to develop better solutions, and we need to put on the table durable materials, for example, the use of durable materials. In this program, we will learn new ways of building, and these ways will give you all the skills you need to build durable structures and then lower the impact of your construction on the environment. For that, we have innovative solutions that we will learn, the use of efficient materials, and also sustainability issues. You will have a lot of information, and you will have a lot of projects and classes about those subjects. Then we will find better methods for construction sector. You will have all the basics in design of structures, and in the second year we will deepen your knowledge on the design of steel structures, concrete structures, or wooden structures. We will have also research classes through projects, so you will be initiated to a research field, and you will be able to be part of our research project in partnership of some industrials. Here comes my point on our class details or course details. Our classes are organized mainly in 4 pillars. We will have a group of classes on building materials to learn you how to design building structures and how to do calculations. We'll have some classes on diagnosis and repairing of structures. We will have some classes on smart home and BIM methods, BIM meaning the use of data and the use of digital tools for constructions. For the research part, you will have some scientific and technical projects that you will be part of, and you will have some lab and material research, for example, on 3D printing in construction sector, for example, or material treatment and reuse. You'll have also some construction sites and company visits to understand better how company works and how construction sites works. I have also to put this information about our teaching staff. It will be useful for you to know that they are expert in their fields. They have also international recognition, and also they are authors of different publication and high-ranked books, for example. In our classes, they are organized for each semester. Classes are organized in 4 groups of courses. In the first groups, for the first year, semester 1, you will have all the basics on materials, on binders, for example, or concrete, or concrete formulation, for example. After that, you will have classes on the design or the basics on the design of structures, steel structures or concrete structures. After that, you will have the classes on data and the use of data in construction sectors, and also construction technology, with some classes on material, new material and technologies applied to construction sector. So the second semester, you will move to Paris for the management semester, and the semester 3, you will be back to Douai and then we will go deeper in the classes on advanced design, for example, in construction sector. For wooden construction, for example, the use of data, then we will go deeper than the first semester. You will also have classes on durability of structures and understand how to design the right way structure to longer its durability. You will have again the choice to have some management classes, specific management classes adapted to your own project. And then the last part will be on durable construction, including, for example, diagnosis of structures and repairing. Also, for this specific semester, you will have a research project for 6 months, and that will be a very interesting project that you will do under the supervisor of a teacher in our laboratory, and then you will have the choice to pick the subject in your interest, and it should be complex, it should be interesting, and you will at the end learn a lot of things. And for the last semester, it will be your internship that you can do in a company or in a lab, if, for example, you are research oriented, or you want to do, for example, a PhD, apply for a PhD at the end of this program. In terms of knowledge and skills, if you join us and you follow our program, at the end of the program, as outcome, you will be able to manage or conduct large or complex construction projects. So you will give you all the tools you need. You will also have all the knowledge for design and building of construction and structures and building. You will have also, you will be aware of the use of innovative solutions and the use of digital tools for construction sector. You will also know how to apply an engineering approach in a construction project. You will be aware of taking the environment into your design and taking into account the eco-responsible aspects. You will also be able to develop and understand or organize and apply research, because you will be initiated for the first year in research field, and for the second year, you will semester 3, you will develop your project for 6 months on a specific research project under the supervisor of one of our teachers. In terms of outcome and in terms of perspective, career perspective, at the end of this program, you would be able to work on different different positions. For example, business management and business management field, or as a director of design structures, be able to drive construction project, or for example, as an operation director, when you will be, and then you will be in the position to explain, for example, technical information related to your project to the clients, or also work hand in hand with the project teams. For example, you will be able to work as project director and then lead a very complex project, or monitor building process, all the building process, and making strategic decisions. Or you will be also be able to work as sites director and lead entirely construction project and manage all the aspects related to your project. If you are research oriented, you could work as an R&D engineer in companies, or you will be able to apply for a PhD, and then after your PhD, work as an assistant professor, for example.
So thank you, Mamadou. So I'm Jacques Bonnard. I'm the head teacher for the design and management of the Industry 4.0 master program. So I'm personally teaching automatics, but by now we try to present you briefly the content of this master program. Okay, so let's start with saying a word about the context. So the courses we propose you are parts of a teaching program that we propose at the Digital Systems Department of IMT Nord Europe. And regarding all fields of research, they cover communication systems on Internet of Things. They also deal with artificial intelligence and machine learning, and also with system automation and control. And our research objectives are then structured through 3 research groups. The first one, RAS, study and design autonomous horizon system. And the group whose name is HIDE mainly cope with developments of models and methods for digital simulation, machine learning, and decision making for better interaction with digital systems. And the last one, whose I'm part from, is called MacLeod, and MacLeod maybe cope with modeling and controlling complex systems in large environments by using multi-agent systems. Our mainly activity or daily work, finally, like in the other departments, are mainly focused on teaching or interacting with engineering students. And also, we drive research projects and new concepts and systems in relationship both with industrial and also with academic partners. Now we have described the context, we can precise the academic and professional objectives of this master course. So to summarize the idea, we can say that it consists in managing industrial processes, both in terms of organization and automation. Then to achieve this goal, we propose courses that deal with learning how to manage industrial production and logistics while being innovative, efficient, and also sustainable. And to do so, we also need mastering state-of-the-art methods related to process automation. And also, if we want to integrate recent results from artificial intelligence research, we also require to get an efficient background in machine learning and data analysis applied to industrial topics. That's an important part. Okay, so how these items are illustrated thanks a large amount of practical situation where students have to solve real-world problems. And this is mainly done by putting hands on research activities in the scope of actual projects you can be involved in. And they also conduct research and engineering projects. Next. Okay, so to make it clearer, the following course details here depict the major fields this master program is related to. The first block is production management, logistics, and intelligent transportation system. It mainly includes modules such as production management and also logistic and intelligent transportation system. Okay. Then we propose modules coping with system automation. And these modules are industrial automated system, automotive system, and a branch of the control theory, which is called model predictive control. This is a very interesting maybe field for industrial processes. We also put the stress on machine learning and mobile robotics. And then the last block is made of softwares and architecture for mobile robotics and machine learning and advanced data analysis. Okay, and so students will be also initiated to the research activities thanks to a 1-month full immersive research project where they will have to act as some kind of real researchers in collaboration with the staff. for the next slide. For the course content, we just here provide you the details, but I think I won't go too much into details about this table. Just what we have to tell about it is that we have all the details here regarding the EC2S credits. You also can have access to the name of the teacher that carry the courses that we propose to you. And if you have a look, you can say that most of them are from the IMT Nord Europe, but some other as part from other university, from partner university that we are working with along the way. Okay. As my colleague also stated before, semester 2 will be taken in charge by the IMT Business School. Okay. And for the semester 3 and semester 4, the important thing to notice is that the very last semester is devoted to an industrial final year project. Okay, and to conduct it, we have many relationships with important industrial partners that will propose you a set of subjects that will be closely related to the topics that we cover inside of the master program. We can give some names. We can talk about Engie, Thales, Valeo, Total Energy, and many others. Okay, so you won't be alone to get your final year project in relationship with this program. Okay. Regarding knowledge and skills, so at the end of the courses, so all the students should have acquired a wide set of knowledge and skill covering all the fields that we described before. So first of it is system automation. So they should get, I think, a strong background regarding theoretical knowledge about high-level approaches in automatics. So, and we also try to associate it to practical cases. Okay, you need to be able to apply this, I would say, high-level theory to practical cases, which is related to industrial problematics. Okay? And they also get knowledge and skill, of course, about production management. So that means getting ability in mastering and using efficient methods for production system management and optimization. They will also get knowledge about using state-of-the-art simulation tools that will be used for industrialization projects and for prototyping and decision-making activities in the context of, I said, industrialization project. And they will also integrate inside production management questions which are related to sustainability development aspect. Okay, so the idea is to be able to integrate all this environmental aspect inside the development of industrial solutions. And the last block of knowledge and skills that will be acquired by the students concern autonomous and intelligent systems. So we target to give a student a complete view of what an autonomous system is, including the sensor, including the actuator, and also including the software parts that comprise everything which is related to artificial intelligence and so on. And they will also acquire knowledge and skills regarding machine learning approach, but that fits industrial concern. So we have tried to target on methods that can be applied to industrialization, applied to process optimization, and so on. So if you have a look at the picture on the right, we have depicted here a subset of materials that students will have the opportunity to work with in the context of this master program. Okay. And so at the end of the courses, or just I would say that after the diplomation, after get the diploma, though I propose you some example of professional career, but this is just a subset of what is possible for you. So people, for instance, can apply to be as production manager, whose aim is to manage, organize the production and achieve business objectives while fulfilling the constraints which are in terms of delay, quality and cost, and also, as I told before, in terms of environmental aspects and so on. With a sufficient work experience, people can also apply to industrial project director position. So it needs experience, but you will get a background which maybe will provide you the opportunity to apply for this kind of situation. So the role of an industrial project director in this context is to steer the design of a project, also define and organize a project milestone. And he also has to act as an interface between all the stakeholders that cope with the project. That means that they need a very wide set of knowledge as the one that we propose inside this program. And for those who are more attracted by technology, it's also possible to become, for instance, an embedded software developer, whose goal is more to develop software running under very hard constraints in terms of real time, in terms of interaction, in terms of I would say power consumption and so on. Okay, and it's the same maybe order of IDE. You can also become an automation engineer. We will be more defining and designing automation solutions, which are closely related to industrial processes control and so on. Okay, so this is all for my brief presentation. Thank you for your attention. So I'll be happy to answer your questions if any. And so now let's go back to Virginie.
Yes, so now let me know if you are interested in joining us. I will have some short information about the entry requirements and application process. I think you already asked in the Q&A. First of all, to apply, you need to hold the bachelor's degree. So if you are currently in an undergraduate degree, I mean pursuing your undergraduate studies, you can already apply if you are going to be graduating in next summer, for example, in June or July, because the next intake is in September. So you can already start to apply, even if you are currently in your last year of undergraduate degree. Regarding another question, regarding the level in English. So for English-speaking countries, it's okay. I mean, you're a native, so you don't have to prove anything. I think we will see it in your education and in your CV and in your during the interview. So there is no proof of English to give us. But for the others, they will need to prove that they have a B2 level in English. So through like the TOEIC or another online exam. It's the two basic requirements we ask. Then you can see on the right through the QR code, you can download the application form. You will see that you can apply until June 2022 for next intake in September 2022. And for the process, what is going to happen is when we receive your complete application, we contact you and we schedule an interview with myself and also the head teacher of the program. So one of the three people you just saw. Regarding the fees, I don't know if there has been this question, but it will be 9,000 euro per year. And so for the 2 years, it's 18,000, but there is 5 installments. And Gareth, if I just may, there are 2 slides that usually are the questions we have. So about the life in France, regarding the budget, let's talk about money. We say approximately 600-700 euro per month, depending on where you live. For example, the school holds residencies. So for your classes, either in Douai, in our IMT Nord Europe campus or in IMT Business School campus, we have residencies. So you can expect this, so 350 per month or 430 minimum, because there are few like there are different types of accommodation. So that will be the cost per month. And then we also hold a self-service restaurant, cafeterias, and so you have the best price, best money and best quality. And then on the campuses, we have internet. In the student residencies, we have laundry machines, car and bike parks, because we advise our students to buy a bike when they are here. It's really great to go around the city. Like you can see on the picture, there are a lot of canals. And we also have a mini soccer pitch, like on the picture below, and a gym in Douai. And something that will interest you too is about scholarships opportunities, and also some tips and advice I prepared for you. Scholarships. So whatever is your country of origin, I will strongly advise that you connect to the local embassy of France. So for example, if you are from India, you go right now on the embassy of France in India and the Institut Français in India, because you will get information about scholarships applications and scholarship programs. They are currently opening the new programs for some countries, so keep an eye on that, and also on the Facebooks and other social networks, because they exist and there are plenty, and it's the scholarships from the French government. As well, if you have an excellent, an amazing, an incredible academic background and academic records, I will strongly advise that you keep an eye on the FL Excellence programs. Check the requirements, and if you comply for the age, etc., contact us, because it could be interesting. It's the institution who applies for the student, but so it will really depend on your profile, on your records, and let us know. Then some other scholarships can exist. The group, IMT Group, Institut Mines Telecom Group, has specific partnerships with Indonesian and Vietnamese universities, but all around the world, we do have a lot of partnerships, over 120 partnerships. So we can offer like semesters exchange and other scholarships possibilities. Some advices, according to your country, you might be in the Études en France program, so you need to connect to the platform and you need to register through this platform. It is not compulsory, but it is advised, because it will help you in the administrative procedure. It will really be benefic to get your visa. And so just go on the Campus France website and get some information on there. Then whenever you will be in France, you might get some money every month through housing aids and allowances, because in France we are a country where there are a lot of aids from the government for foreigners, like for the international students, but also for people who live in France. And as a student, you will have plenty of student discounts in transportation, restaurants, theaters, sports hall, everywhere. But my last advice will be to, whatever you want to do, to come at IMT Nord Europe or to come in France in general, always anticipate your procedures, because it's not because of the COVID or whatever, it's just in general. The earliest you proceed with all the admission process and the visa request, the quicker, but the easier it will be after to prepare your trip, and the best is to always anticipate. So, and keep in touch with us if it's at IMT Nord Europe that you want to pursue your studies. Just basic contact details, phone number, you can WhatsApp us there, email address, the website. And if it's questions about, questions about the school, like I saw in the Q&A section, there was for another program that we don't offer, so do not hesitate just to ask us if if we didn't answer your expectations. Just get in touch with us and we'll try to advise you. Thank you, Gareth.
Thank you, Virginie. Thank you very much. Very, very good. Thank you, all of you. All four of you there gave a very detailed and in-depth analysis about the engineering school. So thank you very much. Now, at this stage, you would have seen the questions coming through there, but for those of that are watching on social media, they don't have the ability to rewind because it's live. So a few of them have asked questions that have already been answered, but I am going to ask them again just so that it's important that they hear it. So a question that I want to begin with is COVID-19. Obviously very much governed by the French government guidelines at the moment, I understand that. But what can you say to the students that want to come over from red list countries, amber list countries, that are worried about studying in Europe at the moment, in France in particular, at your engineering school? What do you do to make them feel welcome and safe?
So I prepared this question because in this, it's like it has been 2 years with these questions all the time. So of course, like everyone, we had to adapt. I was watching a video yesterday from someone from the US, from a university, and he was saying, yeah, everyone was in the same boat. We had to move the classes on campus online. We successfully did it here in IMT Nord Europe. It lasts for 1 year, 1 year and one year and a half. But right now, from September 2021, it is really back to normal. I can see students outside right now. I can hear them. Yeah, it's everything back to normal. The only thing is that we have the mask wearing, like it's mandatory. And of course, hydroalcoholic gel distributors are everywhere. In France, we have a lot of people who are vaccinated. The students who arrived in September 2021 from abroad, we have from India, from Africa, one from the US, for example, he has been vaccinated. So of course, we advise the students to be vaccinated to come here because they will really enjoy everything, enjoy the life here, because in France, like in Europe, most of the countries in Europe, we need a QR code that says I am vaccinated to go everywhere. But yeah, in France, the situation is has been quite good this summer. Now, of course, we are again seeing some new COVID positive cases, people, but I think it's a good situation, and at the school it's going really well.
And the students need to isolate at the moment. So if they come over to yourselves and they're from a red list,
they're positive.
Amber list.
Yeah, for example, when my students, they arrive from abroad, some international students, depending on their area, if it was a red zone, etc., they had to isolate for, I think it was 7 days. Yeah. I have one who came from Niger, and he isolated in our student residence. So he was not just on the street, he was in our student residence. He has been welcomed by someone who opened the room. And of course, he was provided with food and could eat normally for 1 week. And then he stood 1 week. And right now, I have not been hearing of any positive case in the last few weeks. But I believe it's still the same procedure. If someone is positive, he doesn't come to the class. And depending, because I think most of the people are vaccinated sincerely. So we don't hear about positive cases anymore, but usually like responsible people, if I'm positive, I don't go to the class, and then he needs a negative test to come back. And like I put on the slide, yeah, the thing is during the transition between online and on campus, because it was from the government, because we are a public school of engineering, it was not allowed to have activity on the campus. So I mean, big activity with like courses in halls, lecture halls, etc. The workshops were authorized, so we had like small groups, 25 people instead of 50 people. And these courses were kept on campus, and then the largest, the theoretical courses, etc., they were online. But I think most of the time we kept something on campus for workshops and research projects, etc. It was accessible because the staff was here.
And just keeping on the institution as a whole and where you're based, the location, before we just move on to some of the courses in particular. You mentioned about accommodation earlier on, about affordability, about where you are, about you know, being, in actual fact, you're closer to London than I am, and I'm based in the UK.
Yes.
So that's crazy, but that just goes to show how central you are in Europe, really. But talk to me about, compared to the likes of Paris, Bordeaux, Lyon, how affordable you are.
Yeah, okay. I think in terms of, as a student, for like student residencies, it's a little bit the same, because in France, you know, when you are in a university, in a school, you have specific prices. As a student, you don't pay the same price than if you go in town and you pay 1,000 euro for a flat, because this is the price. And in Paris, I think it's 2,000 euro for a flat, because it's unaffordable. There is a slight difference between the semester in Paris for the student residents and in Lille, but then Lille, Lyon, as a student, I think you don't have major differences. Then Douai is not in the countryside, but a little bit in the countryside. So you are in Lille in 20 minutes by train. So the life is more affordable than in a big metropolis. So that's the thing. Then Lille is close to Belgium, and in Belgium, I mean, as a someone from here, when I need to buy something, sometimes I go to the border and I make some shopping and I come back. Like the English people, they do the same, and they come to Lille to make some shopping, and then they go back by train, and they pay so much money by train, but they buy like really cheap things here. No, then there is not, I think I would say there is not a big difference between Lille, Lyon, but the bonus is that you won't live in the city center. So like if you want to go to the supermarket, it's going to be cheaper than going in a supermarket in the middle of a city, which is always like 40–50% the price are higher than in the countryside. Excellent. But yeah, then you will be able to be close to like really famous places, but you won't have to pay the price of living in a really expensive place. Like Paris is crazy.
Virginia, I've got to you know, just get on to the next couple of questions, because I'm just keen on time. You know, everyone's been on for quite a long time now, and you know, it's only supposed to be an hour long. So the next question I think is important is the application process and the length of time that can take. I know you've touched upon it already, but best case scenario, if they were to apply now for your September intake, how long can you expect it to take?
Yeah, within 1 week or 2 weeks, we do the interview, apart if there are holidays, but usually it's quite fast. We just need to find a moment, because like you could see, the head teachers, they're also researchers and teachers, so they do give class. So we just find a moment to do the interview, and then usually the answer is straight after the interview, 1 day, 2 days maximum, and we tell the person, okay, you are admitted at the school. Then there is another step after this answer of like the future student will receive a letter of admission. Then there is the registration at the school, and that will imply a first payment for the program fee. But it can be like, if it's tomorrow that I receive the complete application, within 2 weeks, the student can get a letter of admission, letter of acceptance at the school, and then can apply for a scholarship or.
Okay. And final question before we wrap things up would be around the institution and the partnerships that you've got. So presumably, being such a big institution and being such a, by the looks of it, a very popular one as well, you have some relationships and partnerships with high caliber engineering partners. Can you name a few, and can you just talk us through that quickly?
But yeah, for example, in London, we have a partnerships with the Imperial College of London, but this is gonna be for other types of programs we do have at the school, because we have over 120 partnerships in academics and research. But this is not regarding these programs. It's more for like other, for example, for environmental studies or like other kinds of partnerships. Then for the three we just mentioned, like in Industry 4.0, in durable construction and in composites, we do have teachers coming from other universities. We could see that on the course content from Madrid, I think, because we had a teacher who went there and he's still giving the class. Then, yeah, we have strong partnerships around Europe, in Canada also with McGill. But regarding these courses, everything will be in France, and usually we also have like postdoctoral researchers who give class because they need to give class for some hours. And right now we have one from Université de Mons who is giving class in IMT Nord Europe, but this will also evolve with the mobility of the teachers and researchers at the school. And next year it can be someone coming from Leipzig or Aachen or from Italy. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, we do have, and on the website, you can see all the partnerships we have around the world. And there is also a team dedicated to international mobility, out and in mobility. So. Excellent.
And at this point, you know, I'd like to say thank you, Virginie, but all the people that are watching, all the people that have registered to watch this, whether they're watching now or on demand later on or on social media, we will be reaching out to you, as will IMT themselves. You know, they have all your details, so don't worry if there's been a question that's been missed. Thank you very much, Virginie. Very, very good, very insightful. At this stage, we'd like to say thank you and goodbye to you. Thank you to your whole team. It's been fantastic, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future. For the time being, just a little bit of information about postgrad.com and what we offer and who we are. For those of you that aren't aware, we've got over 10 million students that we've helped find their perfect postgraduate program with over 200 countries for you to study at. Obviously, Europe there is covered, with France in particular, but you've seen now with IMT what a great range of countries that you can come in from, being in Northeast France. Partnerships with high caliber international scholarship providers, such as the Chevening and Marshall scholarships, the best advice on accommodation, visas, careers, English language tests, and so much more. Ultimately, it makes us the one-stop shop for everything postgrad related. And eligibility for one of our £500 bursaries. Now, who is eligible for these? Basically, in a nutshell, anyone. So if you're watching today, head over to postgrad.com, sign up to one of our bursaries. They're worth £500. We knock it off your tuition fees. Anyone from any country studying any course at any time over the next 2 years is eligible. So please head over, and it does not impact on any other funding that you may have applied for. What is coming up? Just one final slide before we wrap up. So we have the UK Spring Festival coming up in spring. We have some fantastic names already involved in that, the likes of UCL London, Imperial College, who was mentioned just then, Bolton University, and many more. Summer What to Do Festival, a whole host of different universities from around the globe giving you insights into why you should come to their university to study. Scholarship and funding special in the autumn, which will focus on just that, scholarships and funding. Sure to be a very popular session. And then we will have a European festival at the end of the year, which no doubt will include our partners today, IMT, many other partners that we've worked with over the last 2 to 3 years, such as Melanio, Audencia, and KOC as well, and KU Leuven. So we will be in touch. If you've got any issues, any questions, any concerns, please do let me know. If you do wish to unsubscribe, please make sure you do press that button at the bottom of any of your mailings or communications that you have. But for now, thank you very much. We'll see you soon. A huge thank you to our sponsors, IMT Nord Europe, in particular Virginie, for setting this up and helping with it. For now, thank you. Bye-bye.